Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. This is not the algorithm bringing us together today. This is an urgent, divine interception. Archangel Michael has personally routed this message to your screen because the window for your spiritual breakthrough is closing very soon. Do not take your eyes off this screen right now. If you leave now, you will shut the door on the blessing your soul has been crying out for during those long nights. The heavy attacks you have been facing recently are not random. They are hard proof that the enemy is panicking. I need you to understand what is happening right now in the spiritual realm. They are absolutely terrified of you. Funny how everyone pretended they did not see you coming. They always described you the exact same way, didn't they? You were always too kind and far too forgiving. You were the one who stayed quiet, just to keep the fragile peace. And because of that, they severely underestimated your spirit, believing they could easily manipulate your energy while you remained silent. They thought your silence was your greatest weakness, but they were incredibly wrong. Welcome to your era of quiet authority, my beloved chosen one. The very people who ignored your texts and drained your precious energy are suddenly feeling incredibly uncomfortable around your new vibration. They thought betrayal would break you completely. Instead, it activated a primal, dangerous level of divine power deep inside your awakening soul. Heaven is about to expose exactly what is happening behind the scenes. Those who plotted against you are watching everything they built crumble to the cold ground. A massive table is being prepared for you right in their presence. But there is a hidden mechanism you must understand first. Something massive just happened in the heavenly courts, and it involves the very people who tried to destroy your reputation. A scroll with your specific name on it was unsealed just moments ago. The tests and the endless tears were all a rigorous preparation. The universe was turning you into a vessel strong enough to hold this immense blessing without breaking under the pressure. Do not ignore this next vital sign. The silence you maintained is the exact weapon that is destroying their false reality right now. I need you to pay close attention. Right now, in their homes, behind their closed doors, they are breaking down in absolute silence. The energy they stole from you has turned to bitter ash in their mouths. They cannot sleep at night. They cannot find peace anywhere. And they absolutely cannot figure out why every single thing in their life is suddenly going horribly wrong for them. The answer is beautifully simple. The universe has officially initiated a massive, irreversible energy transfer on your behalf. Everything they took from you is being violently pulled back into the divine source, and it is being returned to you multiplied in the form of unstoppable prosperity and immense favor. But wait, do not leave just yet. There is a secret hidden inside this incredible breakthrough. If you close this video early, the blessing will still arrive, but you will not know how to hold on to it when it finally manifests. You will entirely miss the physical key needed to unlock this generational wealth transfer before it slips away. Make a promise to your future self right now. Do not let this message fade into the noise of the internet. Listen closely to what I am about to declare next. You might be wondering why the universe took so incredibly long to deliver this justice. You felt completely abandoned during your darkest hours. You cried out for help and received only an echoing silence in return. That silence was not a cruel rejection. It was a divine, impenetrable shield. Heaven deliberately slowed you down to protect your fragile frequency from their extremely toxic reach. They desperately wanted you to react. They wanted you to scream, defend yourself, and fight back with everything you had, because your pure anger would have fed their dark, hungry energy. But you chose the difficult path of the true spiritual warrior. You chose to stay completely still, and that remarkable stillness starved them of the very life force they desperately needed to survive. Now, their entire fragile matrix is collapsing rapidly around them. The truth about your ultimate test is about to be fully revealed. I am going to show you exactly how to claim this incoming wealth. But there is a fatal trap. The darkness is laying down right now. They want to sabotage this glorious moment by sending familiar distractions your way. Do not let them win this final, crucial battle. Breathe in slowly. Let that profound reality settle deeply into your weary spirit. You are standing on the edge of a completely new, elevated timeline. The heavy chains of your painful past have been shattered permanently by divine order. The empath with boundaries is now the untouchable master of reality, and your hidden enemies can do nothing but watch in absolute horror as you ascend. Stay locked onto this frequency until the final second. What I will share very soon will change how you walk upon this earth forever. It will rewrite the tragic narrative of your entire bloodline. We are going to unpack the hidden, undeniable signs of their silent breakdown. We are going to secure your energetic borders permanently, and we will activate your ultimate divine inheritance today. Before we go any further, I need you to understand this. You are not going crazy in your mind. I know exactly what you have been experiencing lately. You wake up at 3 a.m. with your mind racing. Your heart beats so fast in the dark. The silence of your room feels overwhelmingly heavy, and while you lay there in the quiet darkness, you constantly wonder what you did wrong to deserve such an intense and painful isolation from the world. I need you to stop blaming yourself right now. That strange tightness in your chest is not anxiety. It is your spirit detecting a massive shift in your timeline. You have felt completely exhausted for many months. Your body aches for absolutely no logical reason. While everyone else seems perfectly fine, you feel like you are carrying the crushing weight of the entire world on your tired shoulders. This is exactly why your spirit has been so restless. Your profound exhaustion is not a physical failure. It is a spiritual symptom of the heavy battles you fight in the unseen realm. You are a highly sensitive empath with boundaries now, but before you finally built those strong, energetic walls, you absorbed every single drop of toxic energy from the people around you, and it drained you completely. Listen carefully to what I am about to say next. Your intuition about those specific people was always completely accurate. You felt something was deeply wrong with them from the very beginning, but your beautiful heart tried to find the good in their dark souls. You ignored the glaring red flags because you desperately wanted to believe they truly loved you and had good intentions. They called you crazy when you finally confronted them. They twisted your words and made you doubt your own clear mind. They manipulated your reality until you felt entirely lost. But deep down in your quiet spirit, you always knew they were lying to your face, and that quiet knowing inside you was heaven, whispering the absolute truth about their dangerous and toxic nature. Do you feel that heavy sensation right now? That slight pull in your chest confirms your intuition. The sudden disgust you feel for superficial conversations is completely normal. You can no longer tolerate people who constantly drain your precious life force, and this is exactly why your circle of friends suddenly became incredibly small while the universe stepped in to intervene. Imagine this scenario for just a brief second. What if your intense loneliness is actually a divine shield? The universe had to ruthlessly remove those counterfeit connections from your life. They were never meant to accompany you into your new kingdom. If heaven had left those toxic individuals in your inner circle, they would have completely ruined your incoming blessing with their endless drama and jealousy. This is where everything starts to make sense. You are the rare soul who survived the storm alone. You walked through the darkest valleys without anyone holding your hand. People you loved deeply abandoned you when you needed them the most. And it hurt more than anything you have ever experienced in your life, because these were the people you trusted completely. But that immense pain was actually a rigorous training program. Every single tear you cried in secret was collected. Heaven watched you forgive people who never even apologized to you. You kept your heart pure while they actively tried to destroy your peace. And because you did not become bitter and hateful, your frequency has now reached an untouchable level of pure divine power. You are vibrating so incredibly high that their low energy simply cannot reach you anymore. Take a deep breath and let this sink in. You were never broken by their cruel actions. You were simply being recalibrated for a much higher purpose. The people who hurt you were actually instruments used to sharpen your spiritual discernment. They taught you exactly what you must never tolerate again. And because of their harsh lessons, your energetic boundaries are now stronger than pure steel. Instead of breaking, you blossomed into the ultimate master of reality. Your light only grew brighter in their dark absence, and this is exactly what terrifies them so much today. They realize they discarded the most valuable soul they will ever meet in this lifetime. The regret is quietly eating them alive, while you continue to heal and elevate yourself far beyond their extremely limited reach. Do not let their past manipulation dictate your beautiful future. The universe has validated every single suspicion you ever had about them. You are safe now. The toxic cycles of your past have been permanently broken by your unwavering strength. You are the cycle breaker your entire bloodline desperately needed, and heaven is incredibly proud of your silent endurance because you chose to walk the difficult path of light while surrounded by complete darkness. Stay with me, because this next part is extremely crucial. We need to discuss how this painful isolation is about to transform into profound wealth. The empty spaces they left behind are currently being filled with divine favor. You have passed the ultimate test of the chosen one. Hit subscribe to establish a divine energy receiving station, and the spiritual realm is responding to your pure vibration right now by unlocking doors no human can ever shut. Let me tell you the real reason this happened. You often look back at your past with deep regret. You think about all those moments you stayed silent. You remember how they walked all over your boundaries, and you constantly punish yourself for not fighting back when they treated you with such cruel disrespect. You truly believed your gentle heart was a terrible flaw. But here is the absolute truth they tried to hide from you. Your silence was never a sign of cowardice. It was the ultimate display of spiritual restraint. You did not speak up because your soul knew something your human mind did not understand yet. Heaven was actively holding your tongue to protect your pure vibration. If you had engaged in their toxic warfare, your precious energy would drop immediately. They desperately wanted to drag you down into the mud with them. Narcissists feed entirely on your chaotic reactions and your intense emotional pain. They set obvious traps just to watch you lose your precious mind. But you refused to play their twisted little game. You stood there and absorbed the brutal shock of their betrayal without returning their dark energy. That beautiful restraint is absolutely not a weakness. That profound stillness makes you a dangerous weapon of light. The spiritual warrior does not need to scream to be heard by the universe. Your quiet endurance was actually a brilliant tactical retreat designed by divine forces. While they were busy celebrating their temporary victory over you, heaven was quietly upgrading your entire spiritual armor. You were perfectly prepared for a massive divine assignment. Every time you held your peace, you successfully passed a major heavenly test. The universe was watching your incredible self-control under extreme pressure. Could you be trusted with massive wealth if you could not control your own anger? That was the real question heaven was asking during your darkest season. And your beautiful silence proved that you are completely ready to handle immense power. Now you must understand the immense power you currently hold. Your silence has officially become their absolute worst nightmare. People who operate in the dark are terrified of what they cannot predict or control. Because you no longer react to their constant provocations, they are left alone with their own horrible demons. Your quiet authority is slowly driving them completely insane today. Do not look back at your past self with shame anymore. Stop apologizing for the profound kindness you freely offered to broken people. You gave them your pure heart because that is your true divine nature. Their inability to appreciate your bright light does not diminish your immense value in any way. It simply exposes their own terrifying darkness to the entire spiritual realm watching from above. This brings us to the ultimate revelation about your journey. The profound suffering you endured was a strictly controlled spiritual crucible. You were placed in the fire simply to burn away everything that was not authentic to your soul. The false friends and the toxic environments had to be violently stripped away from your life. Heaven was forcibly making room for your incredible future wealth. You are no longer the fragile empath who begged to be understood. You have evolved through the intense pain and the countless sleepless nights. You learned how to protect your energy the absolute hardest way possible. And because you survived that brutal isolation alone, no one can ever use your empathy against you again. Your soft heart is now protected by a fortress of unbreakable boundaries. Take a slow breath and release that heavy burden right now. You do not have to carry the heavy weight of their sins anymore. The cosmic scales of justice are rebalancing themselves as we speak. Every single time you chose peace over revenge, you deposited massive spiritual currency into your heavenly account. And that incredible account is about to pay out massive dividends into your physical reality very soon. You must realize that your presence was the only light in their world. You were keeping their chaotic lives together with your pure vibration. The moment you walked away and stayed silent, their false foundation began to crumble. Your absence is the most profound punishment they could ever receive. You did not need to seek revenge because your pure absence is the ultimate karma taking effect right now. This is the glorious truth you have waited so long to hear. The reason they walked away was not because your frequency was too low. It was because your blinding light was exposing all of their hidden demons. That painful rejection was the ultimate protection protocol activated by your spirit guides. They removed you from the burning building right before the entire structure collapsed completely. Embrace your beautiful scars because they are proof of your victory. You are the one who survived the storm alone and emerged completely victorious. The silence you kept has transformed into a deafening roar in the spiritual realm. Your quiet resilience has earned you a seat at the highest table of divine favor. Let us look closely at exactly how this karma is destroying their lives right now. But there is a deeper layer to this phenomenon. I am going to reveal the exact signs proving your enemies are panicking in the dark. These undeniable signs will show you exactly how karma is hunting them down. But before we explore the deeper signs of their punishment, I must address something absolutely crucial about the hidden mechanism driving their sudden terror. You must understand why your new energy terrifies them. Narcissists do not possess their own internal light. They are completely hollow vessels, walking aimlessly through the earth. To survive the crushing weight of their own misery, they must steal bright energy from pure souls like you. Every time you tried to help them, you were freely giving away your precious life force. You were essentially their ultimate spiritual battery, keeping them artificially alive while you slowly died inside. When you finally walked away, you did something entirely unprecedented. You completely severed the energetic cord connecting you to their toxic matrix. The master of reality does not bargain with energy vampires anymore. By staying absolutely silent, you starved them of the vital reactions they desperately needed to survive another day. And this sudden starvation has sent their fragile nervous systems into absolute shock right now. Now, they are wandering around in the cold dark. They are frantically trying to find a new source to replace your brilliant light. But your frequency is incredibly rare and cannot be duplicated by anyone else they meet. They realize they made the most fatal mistake of their entire miserable lives. They pushed away the only chosen one who truly loved them, despite their terribly ugly flaws. They try to act like they are doing perfectly fine without you. They post happy pictures and brag loudly to anyone who will listen to them. But your sharp spiritual sight reveals a completely different and tragic reality hidden behind those extremely fake smiles. Their lives are rapidly falling apart at the exact seams they thought were entirely secure. The spiritual foundation they built on lies is actively collapsing. They thought they were the ones holding the power in your dynamic. They believed they were punishing you with their cruel, silent treatment and harsh words. But heaven flipped the entire script on them while they were not paying attention. Your rising frequency is now acting like a blinding spotlight, exposing all of their deeply hidden dirt. Just your mere existence on this planet makes them incredibly uncomfortable and extremely restless. You do not even have to look in their general direction. Your quiet authority speaks loudly in rooms you have not even entered yet. They constantly check your social profiles using fake accounts in the middle of the night. They ask mutual friends about you with fake concern trembling in their shaky voices. They are desperate to know if their vicious betrayal successfully ruined your life. Your pure energy demands absolute respect without a single word spoken. They feel an intense, suffocating pressure whenever your name is merely mentioned in passing. This is because the spiritual realm has placed a heavy mark of divine favor permanently upon your head. The people who plotted your downfall are now forced to watch you ascend to heights they cannot even comprehend. It is the most painful torture they could ever endure. Because you chose complete peace, you became a highly polished spiritual mirror. When they try to look at you now, they only see their own disgusting reflection staring back at them. The guilt they refuse to feel is now crushing their heavy chests every single night. The elaborate lies they spread about you are starting to unravel in front of everyone they know. They are entirely trapped in a prison made of their own dark choices. Their karmic debt is demanding immediate payment in full right now. Everything they falsely accused you of doing is exactly what they are secretly guilty of. The universe is systematically stripping away their fake supporters and their stolen resources one by one. They thought they were completely burying you under the heavy dirt of their vicious rumors, but they did not know you were a powerful seed ready to sprout. This is exactly how divine justice operates quietly behind the scenes. You did not have to lift a single finger to defend your good name. The universe stepped down and fought the bloody battles you could not fight yourself. The divine creator is fiercely protective of a beautiful weapon of light, exactly like you. Anybody who touches God's anointed will face the absolute fury of the heavenly courts immediately. Take a deep breath and let your spirit absorb this massive victory. You are completely safe from their desperate attempts to drag you back down. Their current panic is the ultimate proof that your new frequency is fully locked in and working perfectly to protect you. Now I need you to recognize the exact physical manifestations of their silent breakdown. Listen closely to the following undeniable signs of their karmic ruin. Now, I need you to pay close attention to this next part. We are going to expose the exact signs of their complete ruin. You might not see it on their perfectly curated social media. They hide their intense suffering behind extremely fake filters. But the spiritual realm sees everything they try to conceal from the world. Number 1. They are losing absolute control over their false narrative. The people who blindly believed their lies are suddenly waking up today. The flying monkeys they used to attack you are quietly backing away. And because they can no longer maintain the sweet illusion they carefully crafted for years, the mask is violently slipping off their face in public spaces. Their carefully built kingdom of lies is collapsing into fine dust. Every single story they twisted to make you look crazy is backfiring entirely. People are finally noticing their constant inconsistencies and highly toxic behavioral patterns. They are suddenly surrounded by deep suspicion instead of blind adoration. And the spiritual authority they desperately tried to steal from you is returning to its rightful divine owner. Number 2. They are suffering from severe and crippling paranoia right now. The heavy karma they earned is actively hunting them down every single night. They jump at shadows because they know they owe a massive energetic debt. They constantly look over their shoulder, anticipating the heavy blow of divine justice. Sleep has completely abandoned them because their dark conscience will not let them rest peacefully. The silence you gave them is echoing loudly inside their heads. They keep replaying the exact moment you walked away forever. They desperately try to drown out the loud noise of their own horrible guilt. But there is absolutely no escape from the spiritual consequences of harming a chosen one. Their physical health is deteriorating rapidly because their soul is completely rotting from the inside out. You must understand that this breakdown is completely necessary for your elevation. Heaven is actively clearing the heavy debris they left in your timeline. You are officially entering a season of massive and undeniable divine alignment. Type 111 down in the comments to claim this alignment right now. Your simple act of agreement locks in this powerful protective frequency around your beautiful spirit. Number 3. Every single door they try to force open is slamming violently shut. Their finances are suddenly draining away for completely unexplainable reasons. Opportunities they thought were completely secure are slipping right through their greedy fingers. The universe has officially frozen their accounts in the spiritual realm today. Nothing they try to build will ever prosper because the foundation is fundamentally cursed by their own actions. They are watching you receive the exact blessings they tried to steal. This is the absolute worst form of torture for a malignant narcissist. They see you shining so incredibly bright without their toxic presence. They realize you were the real lucky charm bringing favor to their entire miserable life. And now that you are completely gone from their matrix, their borrowed luck has permanently run out. Number 4. They are dangerously obsessed with your new elevated reality. They cannot stop checking to see if you are finally failing without them. But every time they look at you, you are rising higher and looking incredibly beautiful. Your skin is glowing brightly because you are no longer carrying their heavy demonic baggage. Your massive success is a sharp knife constantly twisting deep inside their hollow and empty chests. They try to copy your style and mimic your pure energy. They desperately want people to view them as the enlightened victim, but the world can clearly feel the heavy and dark density of their rotting spirit. Counterfeit light can never replace the authentic warmth of a true spiritual warrior like you. They are drowning in bitter envy, while you are sailing smoothly toward your glorious divine destiny. Number 5. The universe has placed them in absolute and terrifying isolation today. This is not the divine isolation you experienced for your necessary spiritual growth. This is a cold and permanent quarantine designed to protect other innocent souls. Their phone is completely dry, and their house feels incredibly empty right now. Nobody wants to be around the suffocating darkness they constantly radiate into the heavy atmosphere. They are slowly choking on the exact same poison they tried to feed you. Every cruel word they spoke against you has returned to them, multiplied. You do not need to feel sorry for their self-inflicted spiritual ruin. You warned them multiple times, but they chose to mock your pure and gentle heart instead. Now they must drink the bitter cup they poured with their very own dirty hands. These 5 signs are undeniable proof that the cosmic scales are balanced perfectly. You have been completely vindicated by the highest supreme authority in the universe. Your beautiful name has been entirely cleared in the heavenly courts today. but you must understand exactly how to handle the massive wealth rushing into your life now. The universe is actively preparing to hand you the physical keys to the entire kingdom. Do not let their miserable downfall distract you from your ultimate mission. You must focus entirely on the magnificent blessings heading your way right now. There is a profound reason why your prosperity was significantly delayed until this exact moment, and I am going to reveal the beautiful truth about this divine delay. Listen closely as we unpack the final signs of your incoming miracle. But before we go to the deeper signs, I have to address something first. You might be wondering why your prosperity was delayed for so extremely long. You prayed and cried for a massive financial breakthrough every single night. The universe seemed completely quiet while you struggled daily. You truly thought heaven forgot your name completely. But the truth about this long waiting season is incredibly beautiful, because it proves exactly how much the divine realm fiercely protects your entire destiny. Your profound blessing was never actually delayed or denied. It was heavily guarded. Think about the massive size of the miracle you were constantly asking for. You were praying for generational wealth and unbreakable peace. But your energetic house was completely filled with highly toxic people who drained you. If heaven dropped that massive wealth into your hands back then, those parasites would have drained every single drop of your new blessing instantly. The universe had to violently sweep your inner circle completely clean first. The painful endings you experienced were just a severe divine eviction notice. Heaven was actively creating a massive void in your daily life. You thought you were losing everything when those people suddenly walked away, but you were just being violently emptied so you could receive the ultimate abundance that is currently rushing toward your physical reality right now. Now look at the beautiful empty space surrounding you today. That profound silence in your life is not a lonely void anymore. It is a highly magnetized, energetic landing pad. The profound prosperity you requested is finally descending into the exact spots those toxic people used to occupy. Where there was once extreme chaos and betrayal, absolute peace and massive financial favor are stepping in to replacing them permanently. You can actually feel this incredible shift happening inside your body today. Your shoulders do not feel so incredibly tight and heavy anymore. You are waking up with a strange sense of quiet hope in your chest. This is because the heavy demonic weights have been completely lifted off your tired spirit by divine command. Your personal frequency is officially matching the exact vibration of limitless wealth and profound, unshakable joy. Every single thing you touch right now is getting ready to prosper. The universe is actively realigning unexpected opportunities and sudden financial windfalls in your favor. People with pure hearts are being drawn to your brilliant new light. You are finally being properly compensated for all the brutal years you spent surviving in the dark, all alone. Heaven is paying you back, with massive interest for every single tear you cried over people who never deserved your love. You are officially operating as the untouchable master of your reality today. The old empath who constantly settled for basic crumbs is completely died and gone. You have fully stepped into your royal identity as a chosen one. And because you finally recognize your immense divine worth, the universe is responding by handing you the absolute best of everything. You are no longer fighting for basic survival because you are destined to effortlessly thrive. But I have to strictly warn you about a fatal trap first. There is a deadly illusion sitting right before your magnificent dawn. The dark forces know exactly how close you are to your absolute breakthrough. They can clearly see the massive golden doors opening for you in the spiritual realm right now, and they are panicking because they are entirely out of time to stop your glorious ascension into this new timeline. Because they cannot touch your new frequency, they will try an OLD trick. They are going to send a very familiar distraction to test your newly built boundaries. Someone highly toxic from your past is going to suddenly reach out to you. They will send a casual text or make a random phone call, acting like nothing bad ever happened between you two. This sudden reappearance is not a sweet coincidence or a beautiful sign of their genuine change. It is a highly coordinated spiritual attack disguised as a friendly apology. They only want to plug back into your energy source right before you strike massive gold. If you reply to them, you will instantly lower your vibration back to their desperate level. You must ignore their pathetic attempts to crawl back into your sacred space. Do not let a single ghost from your painful past ruin the magnificent future heaven has already prepared for you today. This is the ultimate test of your spiritual maturity and your divine readiness. Will you guard your golden gates, or will you let the old thieves back inside? Your entire destiny depends on the strict boundaries you enforce right now. Stay perfectly still and prepare yourself for the final stage of this incredible transformation. The real power is about to be activated deep inside your waking soul. Here is the absolute truth you waited for. The fatal trap I warned you about earlier is officially destroyed today. You ignored their pathetic attempts to reconnect. You guarded your beautiful energy, and by doing so, you activated the ultimate spiritual weapon that the darkness could never possibly anticipate or defend against. The secret mechanism that broke their reality was your silence. Your silence was never empty space. It was a massive wall of consuming divine fire. When you completely withdrew your precious energy, their entire matrix collapsed into fine dust instantly. They thought they could easily replace your brilliant light, but they quickly realized your specific frequency is entirely unmatched in this vast universe, and nobody else can heal their brokenness. You are truly the rare soul. This is your glorious awakening. The waiting season is officially over today. The dry desert you walked through has suddenly burst into an oasis of divine favor. Every single closed door is being violently blown off its hinges right now. You are no longer the fragile empath who constantly begged to be understood by blind people who refuse to see your incredible worth. You have evolved into the untouchable master of your reality. Can you feel that massive shift in your spirit right now? That is the exact frequency of absolute victory. You are stepping into the exact timeline you were born to rule. The universe is finally handing you the golden crown you earned through heavy blood and silent tears during your darkest hours. Your enemies are watching from the dark corners of their ruined lives. They are entirely paralyzed by the sheer magnitude of your new blessing. The tables have not just turned today. The entire table was violently flipped over and replaced by a magnificent feast prepared exclusively for you while they watch from afar. You are the ultimate weapon of light. Stop thinking you did something wrong in the past. Stop shrinking yourself to make toxic people feel comfortable around you. Your blinding light was always meant to severely expose the hidden darkness in this treacherous world. You survived the terrifying storm completely alone because you were actually the powerful storm all along. And now your incredible power is fully unleashed upon the earth without any restriction. Breathe that truth into your lungs. The massive wealth transfer is happening right now. Generational curses are breaking violently off your bloodline as we speak. You are the chosen one who finally broke the endless cycle of painful trauma. Everything you lost is returning to you, multiplied by 1,000, because heaven honors the immense sacrifice you made when you chose to walk away from their toxic matrix forever. Your earthly bank accounts are aligning with your new frequency. The pitch-black darkness has retreated far behind you today. The dawn of the new era is shining its brightest rays onto your spiritual crown. You are vibrating at the absolute highest level of human consciousness, and the spiritual realm is heavily backing every single move you make from this glorious moment forward. as you step into your ultimate divine destiny. But you must physically anchor this massive energy right now. Spiritual breakthroughs require an immediate physical action to completely lock them into your earthly reality. The forces of darkness will try to steal this profound realization the second you walk away. They desperately want you to close this sacred message and immediately forget your profound new identity before the blessing fully manifests in your hands. You cannot let them steal your golden crown again. You must build an impenetrable shield around your new blessing. This fiery message has successfully reignited the sleeping faith inside your tired soul. The universe is actively waiting for your physical confirmation of this divine contract, so the angels can release your generational wealth without further delay. You must boldly claim what is yours. Do not let this sacred moment pass you by. The energy in your chest is expanding rapidly because heaven is heavily breathing upon you. You are completely ready to receive your massive miracle today. Your hands are finally open to catch the glorious rain falling from the open heavens, while your enemies drown in the massive flood of their own making. Step forward and claim your beautiful kingdom. We are about to finalize this powerful divine transaction. You have successfully navigated the darkest night of your entire soul. The bright morning star is rising over your new territory. I need you to gather all your focus for this final spiritual command, because the universe demands your absolute attention right before the final gates open. The master of reality must declare their ultimate victory loudly. Every spirit in the heavenly courts is watching your next move. They are waiting to see if you will accept the heavy mantle of the chosen one. This is the exact second your entire life changes forever. The heavy chains are permanently shattered, and the golden gates are standing wide open for you to simply walk through with absolute pride and supreme confidence. Walk into your glorious new era. You are entirely protected by the highest angelic forces today. No weapon formed against your beautiful spirit will ever prosper again. The people who tried to bury you have been permanently removed from your blessed path. Your glorious ascension is now an undeniable and irreversible cosmic fact that no human being can ever alter or destroy, no matter how hard they try. Prepare to seal your beautiful reality. Let this euphoric energy flow completely through your physical veins. You have earned every single drop of this magnificent divine favor. Now we must lock the heavy gates so the enemy can never enter your sacred space again. We must officially close the spiritual contract today to ensure your incredible wealth is permanently protected from any future demonic attacks or jealous eyes. The final seal of your protection is required right now. The time for hiding in the shadows is officially over today. You have successfully crossed over into your promised land. The heavy spiritual warfare that exhausted your soul has finally ended, and the universe is actively building a massive fortress of pure light around your new timeline because you proved your incredible faithfulness during the dark. You are safe now. Every single tear you shed has been transformed into solid gold. The people who tried to destroy you are entirely powerless. They can only watch your glorious ascension from a painful distance. You have reclaimed the beautiful power they maliciously stole from your trusting heart when you were just a vulnerable empath. You are the ultimate cycle breaker today. Your bloodline is permanently healed because of your silent endurance. The trauma stops entirely with you right here and right now. Future generations of your family will experience massive wealth and profound peace, and they will have your unbreakable spiritual strength to thank for the incredible blessings they easily inherit in their beautiful future. Claim your royal inheritance, but we must establish a firm physical anchor today. The spiritual realm requires your active participation to finalize this massive transfer. You cannot remain passive when heaven is handing you the golden keys. You must physically align your earthly body with the profound spiritual victory that was just secured in the high heavenly courts today. Step into your ultimate divine authority This is the most critical moment of your entire journey. The dark forces are still lurking just outside your new borders. They want you to ignore this message and walk away without sealing your profound blessing. But you will not give them the satisfying victory they desperately crave after everything you have survived. You will protect your sacred energy fiercely. I need you to perform a specific action right now. This is not a random request for your attention. This is a vital spiritual ritual designed to permanently lock your enemies out of your newly elevated reality. When you combine your physical action with your spiritual faith, you create an unbreakable energetic shield. The darkness absolutely hates this powerful shield. Type the word Amen down in the comments immediately. Let that simple word serve as the heavy iron lock on your golden gates. You are boldly declaring to the entire universe that you fully accept your immense divine wealth, and you are simultaneously serving a final notice to any toxic spirit that tries to trespass on your sacred property again. Seal this beautiful reality right now. Your profound blessing is now completely secure and protected. No weapon formed against your rising empire will ever prosper. The angels are standing guard around your finances and your personal relationships, but heaven operates on the beautiful principle of endless multiplication and divine generosity. You must share the light you just received with someone else. There is a wounded soul out there bleeding in the dark. They are currently enduring the exact same painful isolation you just survived. They desperately need a guiding light to help them find their way out of the terrifying storm. Share this video with someone who needs it to multiply your own blessing. Sowing the powerful seed of hope today is mandatory. When you help another chosen one awaken to their truth, the universe rewards you. Heaven will open 10 new doors of massive prosperity for every single person you help guide toward the light. Your simple act of sharing becomes a massive beacon of hope in the spiritual realm, and the divine creator will personally ensure your cup constantly overflows with absolute abundance. Do not keep this magnificent breakthrough all to yourself today. True masters of reality understand that wealth multiplies when it is freely shared. The fake narcissists hoard their stolen energy because they live in constant fear of losing everything. But you operate from a beautiful place of infinite divine supply that can never run completely dry. You are endlessly provided for. Your journey through the painful wilderness was truly a masterpiece. You survived the brutal attacks and emerged with a pure heart. The universe is incredibly proud of the resilient warrior you have finally become. And from this exact moment forward, you will never have to beg for basic love or fight for simple respect ever again. Your quiet presence demands absolute honor. The entire universe is standing up to applaud your incredible victory. The heavy curtains are closing on the darkest chapter of your life. A brilliant new sun is rising over your perfectly restored kingdom. Walk forward with your head held extremely high, because you are entirely backed by the greatest power in existence. Your enemies are permanently defeated. You are the chosen one who survived the storm alone. You are the ultimate master of your reality. Never let anyone make you doubt your incredible divine worth ever again. Your future is incredibly bright. Go forth and rule your beautiful new kingdom with absolute grace and power.